Justin, first off, Rory, a chance of playing Sunday?
Yeah, he's a chance. Yeah, he's got a pretty important box to tick though. He's got to get through main training and he's got to feel comfortable with that knee. We've got to assess whether he's missed too much footy or he's right to go. So there's a few important boxes to tick.
We saw him jumping, rocking Martin last week. What is that final box?
Well, it's just be able to do it in an uncontrolled environment, really. Everything we do in rehab is a lot more controlled than what it is in a game. So we just need to make sure he's really comfortable out there.
What sort of risk would it be, J-Lo? It seems like it was quite quick. Is there any rolling the dice?
I don't think there'll be a lot of risk to the knee if he pulls up, if he gets through and pulls up fine. It'll just be more whether he's probably conditioned enough. And then when you go into a game, if you're not conditioned enough, well then you put other areas of your body at risk.
So you wouldn't play him in the waffle, you think, if he was ready? No.
We'll weigh it up. It's an option. Yep.
And does Pingelly come into play at all, or the fact that it's a country game?
It comes into play a little bit, purely because we don't want some of our players sitting in a car for too long prior to a game. Really confident in the ground and all that is up to scratch. So it's just, there may be a couple of guys that coming off longer term hemis, those sorts of things that we might not risk.
So who would that be? Would that be Griffin Logue and those sort of guys if he doesn't play seniors?
Yeah, maybe. Probably Darcy Tucker is one that's scheduled in for minutes this week. That we're probably not overly comfortable with him and his the hammy he's had sitting in a car for 2.5 hours prior to a game. So we'll just weigh that up.
And so how close is Griffin to playing in the seniors?
It's probably a little bit like Lobby. We just need to make sure he's resilient enough in his body to get through a full game. He played well last week, got through really well, hit some markers. It's just whether we rush him, well, not rush him back, but bring him back this week or give him another week for get some more match fitness.
So with Darcy Tucker, he'll say waffle or nothing, or is there a chance for AFL selection?
No. We've got to remember some of these guys are coming off not playing footy for a long time, so he needs some footy. There's a possibility we could just play him in the reserves which play in Perth. He's still going to get some good match simulation there. He's going to feel the effects of a game, and that has on his body with the knocks and bumps, and still gets a lot of contested possession. So that's an option.
Is that the Peel? Is that the Peel reserves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Your injury list is effectively halved this week. Is there a sense of relief now?
It was probably always. It was always a plan, and it was always. We were always thinking that we'd get a return of a lot of players pretty soon. It's just now we've just got to make sure we plan right and make sure that we don't get any reoccurrences. We don't rush players back. We've got to make sure the mix of the team doesn't have too many players returning all at once. So there's still a fair few things to work through, but yeah, it's a real positive sign.
Lockie Schultz available?
If he gets through training, it's a bit like Fifey. He's got to tick all the boxes medically. It's been really positive so far, but he's got to get through training and make sure he doesn't have any symptoms, and the doctors are happy with him. So he's got another important box to tick.
If Rory gets through training, what's the selection process then with all the tools you've got, Sean, Lloyd and Tracy as well?
Yeah, well, clearly we can't play them all, so we're going to have a good discussion about what our best mix is. That discussion will involve what's best for this week and what's best for the future. So we've got to weigh up all those things, but yeah, we'll be too top heavy if Rory comes in for a small. So we just try and get that mix right.
Now, how much work have you put into Tex Walker, given what Mackay was able to do? Can you go with the same guys again, or is that where Griffin comes in?
Yeah, we think we can go with the same guys. I think what Adelaide have been able to do is manipulate space for Walker really well. They've been able to get speed on the ball, which helps any forward, but he's been on the end of some really good supply. So the way we defend as a team is going to be really important.
How much time have you spent with Andrew Brayshaw this week going through that kind of, the new getting tagged weekly?
Well, I'll leave it up to the line coaches, Josh Carr and Joel Corey have gone through his vision, giving him some tools about how to go against a tag. Both of those guys one was a really good tagger in the comp, and one got tagged a lot, so I'll leave it over to them. But Andy's really positive about his second half, really positive about some things that he can do to help the team and help himself.
Do you expect Adelaide to send anyone, not necessarily just to Andy, but to do a job on any of your mids?
I'd probably expect it. Yeah, we'll prepare for it, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But Keys has proven that he's done it successfully in the past, so yeah, we probably think that's their mode of selection.
Another week, another player linked with a Victorian club. Adam, Simon said that there's a contract on the table for him. Are you confident he'll stay?
Well, you're never overly confident until they sign, but everything I've seen from Adam has been really positive. I haven't seen any behaviour change. He's really invested in what we're trying to do on and off the field. And his mood's been really, he's buying into everything we're doing. So that's the only way I can judge him at the moment, and that's all been pretty positive.
Just on those match fit different players who have been playing for Peel the last few weeks, do you still expect them to go to Pingelly?
Yeah. Yep. We'll have a really good core group of players go to Pingelly and play for Peel.
Adelaide Oval clubs 1 and 8 there. Is there anything about the Oval that makes it hard to play, or is it just a form thing at the time?
Well, maybe it's a form thing at the time. It's not something I've looked into at all. We didn't play there last year. Haven't played there in my time. So many new players on our list over the last couple of years. So our away form hasn't been good enough, but I haven't really read much into the Adelaide form.
So if Rory comes in, does that mean that Lloyd Meek goes out? I mean, can you play all those guys?
No, like I said, we can't play them all. So we'll just have to weigh up what the best look for the team is this week and going forward. So I've been really happy with what Lloyd's done. He's shown great improvement over the last month. So he'd be really stiff to miss out.
So if Rory does play, you expect him to be able to fully play in the ruck?
He has to. Yep.
So if he can't ruck, while we don't play?
No, we need a second ruck. So he's that role is it's a second ruck role. So we need him to be able to do that.
It's tricky, isn't it? Because Darcy looked good forward, so you'd be loath to sort of move him out too much.
Yeah, well, to be honest, he's been outside of the Carlton game as a forward. He's been really good up forward. He's had a lot of score involvements for us. He's been really good in the ruck. So he's only going to get better and better off the limited pre-season and leading he got to the season.
Have you done any extra work on goal kicking?
Yeah, well, we always work on our goal kicking. And Fife was straight at it after the game. But all our players, are working on their goal kicking. The other thing is there's things we can do as a team to get shots from better areas and make shots a little bit easier. So we're looking at all those things. I think the positive is that we're creating a lot of opportunities for ourselves, especially at home. So I'm pretty sure the goal kicking will come.